Welcome to the Mosconi Cup 2004. This is 9-ball pool's answer to golf's Ryder Cup. Europe against the USA. The Americans are the best in the world. But 2 years ago, Europe came out on top in London, 12-9. When the 10th encounter took place in Las Vegas, the Americans regained the silver trophy in one of the tightest matches yet. An enthralling night for TV viewers around the world just 1 year ago. In 2004, the teams meet in the Netherlands for the first time with huge support from the pool-mad Dutch fans. It's the same format, a mix of singles and doubles, the best of a possible 23 matches. It's the cream of the US pro circuit against the finest from Europe over 4 days. It was close in the early days, close recently, but that block of red represents 6 straight victories for the USA from 1996 to 2001. The closest match, that 16-15 win by Europe that finished in the early hours. The most comprehensive win, a 12-1 slam in 2001, after Europe had taken the first point. So after 10 years, the score is lopsided. USA 8, Europe 2. For Europe, playing in blue shirts, this is a powerful squad led by Germany's Oliver Ortmann, playing in his 8th Mosconi. But Steve Davis of England, the 6 times world snooker champion, is an ever-present. He plays for the 11th time. There's Marcus Chamat, known as Napoleon, from Sweden, Thomas Engert of Germany, and Mika Immonen, the Finn based in New York. Huge experience, his 9th appearance for Europe. And Niels Feyen, the local hero, selected for the 2nd time. Team USA plays in red, Captain Johnny Archer in his 8th Mosconi. He has to look after Oklahoma's Gabe Owen, the rookie this year. Earl Strickland, the Pearl, 9 appearances. Rodney Morris of Hawaii, well, he's here for the 2nd time, along with New Yorker Tony Robles, and Florida's Charlie Williams, the Dragon, selected for the 4th time to represent his country. The days of stars and stripes waistcoats may be over, but whatever the Americans wear, they always start as favourites. Going back to 1994, this is an annual event with a burgeoning tradition of high skill, high drama and high tension. In the inaugural clash, the USA easing home 16-12. A year later, 2 of snooker's most talented Q-men teamed up to blow away the USA in the midnight hour. If Alex Higgins was the hurricane, Jimmy White was the whirlwind. Europe winning for the very first time. In 1996, the USA got angry and got even. There was no doubting that pool's equivalent of golf's Ryder Cup stirred the same emotions for the men in the Stars and Stripes waistcoats. The following year, the USA made it a hat-trick of wins, storming home 13-8 in a one-sided contest. Again, the Silver Cup, dedicated to pool legend Willie Mosconi, stayed in American hands. In 1998, Team Europe went one better, picking up 9 points, but Team USA's strength in depth was still too great, and so was their team spirit. Johnny Archer with that winning ball. 1999, the 6th Battle of the Bays, and yet again the Stars and Stripes flew high as Europe's challenge stuttered. Again Archer, the happy man. Millennium Magic, not this time either. Team USA crushing the home team's hopes with Earl Strickland clinching victory, going nap, 5 wins in a row. Europe blinded by talent and those shirts. 2001 is a year that European pool players would like to erase from the record books. The home team never got out of bottom gear, the Americans with Johnny Archer home and dry in the biggest rout yet. It looked like Europe was out of its depth. Minor league. But just when the critics and the bookies had written them off, Europe stunned Team USA, to the delight of their oh-so-very loyal home fans at the legendary York Hall. Steve Davis to break the spell. The relief was obvious, the exuberance understandable. The Mosconi Cup was Europe's for only the second time in 9 years. Oliver Ortmann, the winning captain, for the second time. Last year, the action moved to Las Vegas and home advantage paid off for Team USA as Jeremy Jones saw them home in a nail-biting encounter that could have gone either way. The 8th American win in 10 years. Talk about pride, talk about commitment, talk about world-class 9-ball. In 2004 then, the scores level after the first two doubles, pairing so vital in these Scotch doubles where players take alternate shots. Chamat and Immonen, both Scandinavians, both good friends.
I love this tournament, and it seems like when me and Mika have been playing, we bring the best out of each other, and we're good friends on the side, not like the other guys. I'm friends with them too, but it seems like me and Mika gets along good both on the side and on the tables.
Well, I think we're doing okay. All the guys got some good rest after all the flying, so we look pretty rested. Obviously, we're playing a different format this year, Scotch doubles, so we'll just have to wait and see.
The pressure's going to be on no matter what. You can never feel too relaxed because it's the Mosconi Cup. So every game counts, every ball counts, and you just got to not think about the score too much anyway.
I got a lot of confidence, when I got Earl in my corner, so we'll be fine. And our styles are, fast paced, so we go, we get along good, and we should have fun out there. That's the main thing.
Stand by to see one of the most exciting and most controversial pool players in the world, Earl the Pearl Strickland, playing in his 9th Mosconi Cup. Up next. Welcome back to Holland and the Mosconi Cup 2004. It's the final game of the first session on day one. Who will get the psychological advantage? Who'll be able to go to bed with the lead? The player's about to lag, and whoever gets the break has a huge advantage. Let's join your commentary team for this match, Jerry Forsyth and Jim White.
No surprise with the pairings here from either side. Immonen and Chamat, very good friends off the table, and that's what you want to do, is you want to be in the comfort zone in this Scotch doubles format. And Rodney Morris, well, he can keep Earl Strickland under wraps too. But it's Immonen with the all-important break to initiate things here, Jerry. The lag proving decisive in our first match, almost could have been decisive in match two.
Could have worked against them here. That break has not turned out very pretty for Team Europe. Chamat walking up to face a 3-ball that he is totally blocked from by the 6-ball.
Yeah, you be seeing Marcus just push out here. Totally legal after the break. So he'll push out, and it'll be down to Team USA to decide whether or not they want to accept the push or put Team Europe back in again.
They'll have to talk about where to push this to. If you're going to push it, you got to leave yourself some sort of option. At the same time, leave a situation for the other team that they don't like.
You can't make it too tough, Jerry. Exactly right. Otherwise, they're just going to put you right back in. So it's got to be a shot that you can't really get aggressive with. And you see Marcus, he's looking over the right-hand side of the table. That's not going to leave anything for the 3. No aggressive options, and also the safety would be very difficult as well. Just wants to push over into an area over here, right next to where the 7 is. Well, A little different.
Trying to tie some balls up to make the run tougher. Well, the decision now is, do you give it back?
I think there's no decision here for Earl. The safety is very difficult. He'll discuss it with Rodney, but I'd be surprised if he, well, he sees something that he likes here. Jerry, I'll tell you what. The 8 nestling up to the 4 at the top of your table is the only reason Strickland's playing this shot. And he hasn't played it yet.
I just wonder if he's going to bank this ball, counting on there being enough room between the 7 and the rail that he can come off the rail and kiss that 7 ball and ricochet in, but surely not. No, he has gone for the save. He's going to tuck in behind the 4 and 8 if he can, but he doesn't get there.
The only reason that he took that shot on was that the 4 was tied up, and he knew even if he left a shot at the 3, the run out wasn't going to be an easy one. And yet, as difficult as the safety was, if he'd have locked up Team Europe and got that cue ball behind one of those colors.
I am a little surprised he left the 3 in such close vicinity to the 9. Bad things could have developed, although it doesn't appear that there's any problem there.
This is the beauty of this format. You get a lot of discussion as to how to play a certain shot. It's almost like watching a chess game from the outside. You'll see a move or a shot that sometimes the player in won't see.
Cue ball position here critical.
Well, he put the 9 in motion,
and
it's headed towards that corner pocket. It was tracking there, and that was fully intended. See the 9 again. Well, for a fleeting moment, Mika might have thought that he had made the 9 into the same pocket as the 3.
9 ball sitting deliciously close to that corner pocket now, but I don't see any combinations developing anywhere down the road.
It just looks here like he's got to play a thin clip on the 4 and try and take the cue ball back over the other side of the table and get behind that orange 5. To me, that looks to be the only shot available as far as a safety is concerned, an aggressive safety.
He's not going to be happy with what developed there. He wanted to just sit right behind that 8 ball and put a full block on him. Instead, Morris can see the edge of the 4 ball, so he can move the cue ball at will.
And that 9 stopped a little closer to that corner pocket. You might have seen him take an aggressive fly at the 9 here.
Well, he just said, you want me to try and go 2 rails and tap that 9, but I don't think Earl's going to buy that option.
What about just banking the 4 off the 8 over there and letting you go down there? Because this ball don't go.
Well, there you see it. Earl saying just bank that 4 back over the other side of the table. I mean, when you've got 4 world titles under your belt, so Earl just wants him to bank it back over the other side of the table.
Oh, baby, stop. Wow, didn't he scratch me?
He has scratched. Rodney Morris has found the hole with that white ball. First advantage to Team Europe. Here you see he just slides right off the point of that side pocket. That sends him straight down the rail into the pocket.
Yeah, Jerry, it was the point that cost Team USA the scratch there. That would have been a good shot for Morris had he not caught that knuckle from the side pocket. With ball in hand, everything pretty much at Team Europe's mercy here.
Rodney trying to shake that off as Immonen comes to the table. Now this table's just a road map. This is a very simple out for Team Europe.
And a lot of experience at the table, certainly from Strickland's perspective, but Team Europe, both Marcus and Mika, with a number of caps in the Mosconi Cup.
Morris proved to be the heart of the American team last year. He was quite a cheerleader on their side. But there's nothing to cheer about here. Marcus Chamat will send the 9-ball away. And Team Europe draws the first blood in this match. It's 1-0. Team Europe over Team USA. And Team America needs to put things right in this next rack.
Yeah, they had a chance to try and pinch that one against Team Europe's break, but not to be. A much more relieved Team Europe securing rack 1.
If you hit the camera, with the left hand. On the front.
You can see, too, with the Pearl, Earl Strickland.
USA to break, trailing by 1
As he
rack
gets
to
up
nil.
to break, he'll have seen the first 2 matches. He'll know how this table's breaking. 9-ball, your second golden break. Both of them going the way of the USA. What about that then?
That's unbelievable. The odds against seeing 2 of those in one night.
Watch that 9, kicked straight into the side pocket, and Earl walks away. The soft break worked there.
Well, both times the 9-ball's been kicked. It was sitting solid in the middle of the table and got kicked by another ball in both of those golden breaks. That's a way to put momentum back on your side, isn't it?
In a hurry. So Napoleon, Marcus Chamat,
Europe to break,
semi-finalist in the World Championships, playing some of the best pool of his life. All set now in rack 3. Well, that 9 kicked again, got a ball off the break, but I don't think it's landed real favorably for Mika.
Yeah, Marcus is not going to be happy that he lost that cue ball down table. Had he put it in the center of the table, Mika would have had a shot, possibly.
Well, here's one that you got to check your nerve at the door. He may have to try and slow roll this into the top left corner and hold position for the 2.
Any way he plays it, it's a tough, long shot. And you can see tough shots can be missed. And he's left the Americans dead on it.
I like the option of slow rolling it because that way he would have used the 8 and the 9 as blockers, Jerry.
Jim, I agree with you, but he probably just felt better with a free arm. Rodney now has a not very difficult task. Just to clear the 8 and 9, make position on the 2.
Never easy though. On a brand new table, new cloth, new balls, everything's sliding right now, and it's like a skating rink out there. And see right away, Rodney's fallen a little short of what would have been ideal position, so this is awkward for Earl.
Yeah, he's on one leg, balanced over the table.
That was a good shot, just cheated the pocket. Now Morris is going to have to just slice this into the same corner, let the cue ball come back to the middle. I like what Rodney said too before it started out. You know, he likes playing with Earl. They play the same speed. You know, they play very positive. They're upbeat. Morris could settle anybody down.
It is handy that they play the same pace. If you try to match a fast player with a slow player, they mess up one another's rhythm. It just doesn't balance.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good shot from Earl right there. He tried to keep that cue ball in the middle of the table. Again, going to be counted on very heavily for a good shot.
Oh, he used all of that pocket, but it does indeed fall.
Yeah, and you could hear Earl coming to the table and apologizing for leaving Rodney that difficult shot, even though he escaped. But this is just how quick these two go through the colors.
Well, he left him in a beautiful shape on the 8 ball, so that'll make up for that last shot. Rodney says, hey, that's the best I can do, Earl. Straight in. Strickland puts the 9 ball down.
Welcome back to Holland and the Mosconi Cup 2004. Team USA leading 2-1. It's a race to 5 wrecks to win the point. Remember, 23 singles and doubles scheduled with a point for a win. First to 12 points takes the silver trophy. Let's join Rodney Morris
Thank you.
and rack 4.
USA to break, leading by 2 racks to 1.
And as the rocket comes to the table right now, both players have had a chance to get their arm loose, lost the cue ball. But the good news is he hasn't left a chance for Team Europe on the 1 because he's come up dry. We haven't seen a lot of dry breaks.
No, but you know, we've seen a lot of breaks where there's not a shot after the break. The tables are breaking out kind of ugly.
From what I've seen so far, Steve Davis has broke as well as anybody. Davis and Niels Fan set the European fans alight here by taking the opening match.
Looks like they're investigating where to push.
That's exactly right.
No offensive option.
Just got to be careful that you don't leave it into an area. He's looking there to see if he slow rolls that cue ball over towards that corner pocket. What kind of shot is he going to leave on the 1? And see, given this too, I mean, either one of these two could play this shot. They know Earl follows. So there's a bit of strategy involved to where they push, because Strickland is a very aggressive player.
Yeah, how do you leave a shot that you can make and Earl Strickland can't?
They've looked over into this area for the push, but that does leave a very makeable 1 for Earl Strickland.
In fact, that's a shot Earl likes.
Now he's looking a little higher up the cushion, but that, again, possible chance of slicing that 1 into the side. Wow. Strickland may well take this one, Jerry.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Team Europe's going to be happy with this result at all. Not only will he make it in the side pocket, he'll get natural shape if he does.
And he's taking a lot of time. Sometimes our overhead camera can be a little deceptive. Now he's looking, but I guarantee you this 1 is makeable. Just wants to settle himself, be absolutely certain, and nobody more intent on this match than the captain of Team USA, the Scorpion himself.
Well, Earl's brought Rodney out to take a look at this shot. He wants to get a vote of confidence from his teammate.
That's exactly right, Jerry. And again, that's why Scotch doubles is so unique in its format. They're looking at the overhead perspective as we are too.
Earl just cannot seem to get comfortable over this shot. You can't really blame him. That is one paper-thin cut.
The reason he's considering it is because the cue ball is away from that side cushion. Had they laid that cue ball on the side cushion, he'd never be taking this ball on.
He's decided to try and slice it into the corner because he wind up with a safety. Now there is a sharp shot.
Well, that just goes to show you, how deceiving a perspective can be, because from our overhead camera, that 1 looked like it was definitely makeable into the side pocket. But nobody, and I mean nobody, would have had a better look than Earl. Not a lot of talk going on between those two right now. But I can tell you that Mika Immonen has gone for the jump cue. And he's only got to get over the edge of this 3. I'd be surprised if he didn't knock this one in.
Yeah, I look for him to make this shot. The question is, since you're turning the cue ball loose when you jump it, what happens to your shape? And that is not the best shape you could wind up with. Good height. Nearly takes the cue ball off the table.
And that would have been disastrous. But he's left Marcus with a choice. Giving himself a little massage there. I wonder if he didn't extend himself a little bit there. He's a bit of a fitness fanatic, is Mika Immonen, as is Niels Fayen. You always see them in the gym working out. Even on the road, they find out where the hotel saunas and gymnasiums are.
Well,
look after themselves.
Those of you who play golf know you can sometimes hit a shot so badly that you can hurt yourself when you duff it. And if he didn't hit that ball correctly, he might have shocked that shoulder a little bit.
Well, this again, he's looking for the vote of confidence. And
Strickland's having a little talk with someone he trusts. Having a little conversation with himself.
Now, is he ducking or is he slicing this down to the corner pocket?
He's ducking. He didn't do it very well.
Yeah, he may have bought Mika Immonen a little bit of trouble. Big opportunity here. And Rodney can lay that cue ball right in behind those colors.
And what a job he has done. Now America has Europe on the defense.
Yeah, Mika, again, he's got the jump cue out, so he's going to be jumping right over this 4. And I don't know whether he's got enough to be able to pocket the 2 over the 4. Jerry, we had a quick look from our floor camera, very close. Oh, there is. What a shot from Mika. He keeps getting himself out of the weeds, but again, he hasn't left Marcus an easy shot.
There you see the shot. He puts the 2 ball right in the heart of that pocket, but the cue ball is not listening to him. And Marcus Chamat is in a tough spot. These 2 guys know it.
We've got a feeling that Archer and Gabe Owen may be teamed up again. That'll be Johnny Archer's choice, as the pairings can be changed after day 1.
You know, one of the things that's going through Earl's mind right now is that jump cue. He hates jump cues. He thinks it robs some of the sport from the game. And when he sees somebody escape with one like that, it really grates on him.
Well, Earl actually jumps, but with his playing cue. So he doesn't mind the jump shot. He just doesn't like the jump cue.
Yeah, he finds it a gimmick. Jump cue hasn't been with us that long. Somewhere around a dozen years.
If he gets his 3, look at the 4-9 combination.
Ooh.
You'll want to get the cue ball off the 3 cushions, back out towards the middle of the table. I cannot believe he didn't attack the 3 into the side pocket there.
That was not a good decision, Jim.
I mean, it wasn't an easy shot, but unless you're guaranteed being able to put your opponents in jail, Jerry, you've got to attack in this game. It favors the aggressive player.
9 ball always pays off to the aggressor. And now that combination could come to the fore. Earl needs that ball to roll just a few more inches.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not too sure the way Earl played that. It would have been a lot easier way of getting that cue ball out in the middle of the table, just off the 1 cushion that the 3 was nearest.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't like the way he tried to come across the line of position so close to the object ball.
Here, he's got Rodney looking away from the shot. This is tougher. No danger, though. He played it that quick, just like that. 3-1 to Team USA. And the mistake in judgment from Marcus Chamat, costly.
That's been the story of the Mosconi Cup so far this year. Errors have really hurt the team that made those errors. The team has really jumped on them.
Well, and I got that Danny Basovich stomach, so I might get belly hooked the other way.
Great crowd here on opening day
Rack 5.
of the 11th Mosconi Cup.
3 racks to 1.
It's a first to win 12 matches, every match a race to 5 alternating break format. And this year, Scotch doubles for the first time.
Well, this time he held the cue ball in the middle of the table, but the one ball went over and hit the corner of that side pocket, and instead of being in the middle of the table like it would normally be, it's down table.
Now, things not happening for Team Europe at all. You see that one, Jerry, as you noted, hitting that middle point and coming back the wrong side of the table as far as Marcus Chamat was concerned.
Safety is definitely on, and this one worked well.
Mika liked it, and the escape now down to Earl Strickland.
No jump option here. He's going to have to ride the rails.
Just a one cushion escape at speed. He's going to have to play a lot of left-hand spin into this. Just missed that pink 4 and trust to luck a bit. And if he hits this real good, Jerry, he's got the 6 and the 2 there. He could even be able to keep that cue ball behind those 2 colors.
I'm sure that's his plan, is to tuck up behind that 6 or 2. But boy, you've got to hit it good to do that. This man's been known to hit a few good shots, however. Oh, that's not what he intended. Let's see how it turns out.
Scratch.
Well, he's bought himself some time, if nothing else. Not left anything easy for Mika, but guaranteed Mika is going to give Rodney Morris something to think about when he comes to the table. Problem with taking on the bank shot is you're taking the cue ball away from the 2. But the bank is available.
You know, he looks like he's hitting that ball awfully thin, though he's not banking it. You know, he's playing the safety. He went straight for the safety. Left 9 feet.
Yeah, but 9 feet, and Rodney can see this one.
The advantage Rodney has is he can see the one ball full. The disadvantage is he's 9 feet away and cueing off the rail. Earl's giving him his advice. That should work out well.
Probably a little closer to that side pocket than he would have liked.
Oh, there's almost an alley there, but I don't believe he can get through. He's taking a long look here. If he can get there by just jumping over the edge of the 9, then this shot could happen. If he has to jump over the edge of the 2, it won't happen.
No. They'll take a little time before they decide, because it doesn't look like he can pocket it. The only way he could pocket it would be going to the side cushion with spin.
He's not even looking at the side yet.
Jeez, is he thinking about jumping this?
He is. I think he can do it, because he can just jump over the edge of the 9 ball, and the 2 ball then is not in the way.
Yeah,
well,
I don't know,
boy.
Jerry. I think that 2 is in the way.
It's, whew, that is really tight.
Marcus hasn't played a lot of positive shots either in this match. But there'd be no better time to pull one out than right now. They're 3-1 down in this match. And a mistake here could easily forge the way for a 4-1 USA lead.
Boy, this is make it or break it. The first team that gets in line on this rack is going to take this rack out. And this could be the opportunity America needs.
Well, you know he's got the blessing of Immonen here. Jerry, that was tough. I mean, I just didn't like that option.
And Marcus certainly doesn't like the result. He knows he's sold out this rack. Whoa, that was, you're right, that was not a good option. He had so much height on that ball, he could have gone right off the table.
Well, he had to get over the 2. That was a long distance jump.
Yeah.
Well, Earl wants to be fairly straight on this 2 because he's got to allow Rodney to follow through to get down to the 4.
Rodney having to cue over the 5 ball, not a problem, however.
Good shot here from the 4 to the 5. And 4-1 will be a grim reality facing Team Europe.
Oh, he's come up short, Jim. I mean, this can be made, but it's sure not where he wanted that cue ball to be.
Straight ball.
Just settling himself and Rodney.
Reverse cut, tough. But Rodney, boy, he just makes it like it's automatic.
Oh, he's a gifted player, Morris. From Honolulu, he's living down in Florida now. Former U.S. Open champion.
Rodney won the U.S. Open in 1996, and Earl just can't seem to get comfortable with his cue stick. He has overrun that shot. He came up short on the last shot.
Well, I'll tell you what, he has made this as difficult for Rodney Morris as he possibly could.
And this is not easy either. He's got a cue over that 9
Well,
ball.
you've got a Earl Strickland right now that is fighting it, believe me.
Tough, long shot. Right in the pocket. He used a lot of that pocket, but he got there. Now, if the cue ball will just stop.
What are you doing?
It's happy time. Rodney kidding with Earl, saying, what are you doing?
And 4-1 in the bank now for Team USA in complete control here in Holland.
Welcome back to Holland and the Mosconi Cup 2004, where Team USA have accelerated into a 4-1 lead. Remember, the first to 5 racks wins, so Strickland and Morris need to win just 1 rack. Immonen and Chamat have to win all the remaining 4 racks. Europe in deep, deep trouble. Time for rack 6.
Thank you, rack 6. USA to break, leading by 4 racks to 1.
Earl Strickland just wants a nice, clean break shot. Put 1 ball down, get a shot on the lowest numbered ball on the table. That's all he's asking for.
Just about like that.
Oh, that's lovely. 2 ball is the problem.
How do we get there?
I'm not sure it goes past the 4, the pink 4 to the bottom left. That's what they're looking at right now. If it does, that'll be Rodney's choice.
He didn't look at it long, so it must go.
Now, if Earl can slow roll this too, and you can see there's at least half a pocket, the inside half.
That's what Rodney just said. You got half a pocket. Don't ask for too much.
Shot.
Oh, great safety.
I'll say. Earl taking no prisoners here. Two cushion escape here, it looks like, for Mika Immonen. So off the 1 cushion, 2nd cushion, and up into the 2.
Well, this shot would be a lot easier if that 2 ball were closer to that 2nd rail. So there's a bit of a challenge here. And you need a lot more than just to hit that 2 ball. You need to create another safety.
Yeah, hitting it's one thing, getting it safe, Jerry, is always, especially this one. Earl knew that he was going to be putting that 2 in the middle of the table. That always makes escapes tougher. Oh, he almost made it.
Yeah, but look at the misfortune when he hits that corner of that side pocket like that. Now the cue ball is much closer to the 2, so it's easier to control the shot. Now, it's not an easy shot to knock down if an open really is a bank, which I doubt they'll take on. But when the 2 balls are this close together, you can guide them anywhere you want.
Yeah, he'll be ducking here again. The high five was offered from Chamat to Immonen because that's all Mika could do there was stave off the obvious and give them a shot. So he's bought time, if nothing else.
Sent the cue ball a long way as he left an alley. There's a possibility of an alley being there.
There's no way Rodney wanted that 2-ball that close to the corner pocket.
There is an alley. He can see this whole ball. He might be able to slice this thing into the corner.
And that was the bonus of Mika Immonen's hit and getting it safe. There's nothing easy about this shot, but he's got a chance. And at 4-1 down, you know they'll be taking every chance they get.
Boy, oh boy. They have a much better perspective of it than we, and that 8-ball is very, very close to the line.
How about Mika Immonen standing up in behind? They haven't made their mind up yet, but he can see enough to go for this. But Mika standing in behind, what a show of faith that is, confidence. My partner's going to knock this in, and I'm ready to play the next shot.
Great show of support. Oh, he's missed the ball. What has he left? A very makeable shot. Disappointment for Team Europe. High hopes for Team America now.
Well, every chance. There was nothing easy on that too, but still the body language that you see from Team Europe, I like it.
Oh, I don't see anything in America's way now.
Slow roll this. Be easier if Rodney Morris was playing the next shot, being left-handed, but it's going to be Strickland. He let that one run a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he likes that Czech English, and he's very good using it. Wow.
You get the feeling that both Earl Strickland and Rodney Morris are starting to feel pretty comfortable out there. And the case in point, that last shot.
Well, with a nice 4-1 lead, it's time to be confident.
They're taking this one home.
The ever-dependable Earl Strickland loves the Mosconi Cup and the pressure it brings. It seems to bring out the best game the man has.
No one apart from Steve Davis has more Mosconi Cup caps than does Strickland. Johnny Archer showed a lot of confidence in him. He believes, and Strickland has convinced everyone here. 5-1, a one-sided victory over Team Europe. Stakes Team USA now to a 2-1 lead here in day one. It'll still be doubles play to come, but Team USA off the mark.
So at the end of the first session, the first of 4 days scheduled play, Team USA leading 2-1 in pools equivalent to golf's Ryder Cup. Steve Davis and Niels Fayen came from behind to beat Tony Robles and Charlie Williams. That was Europe's only success. Archer and Owen, Morris and Strickland picking up the points for the USA. Now we're hosting this event in Holland for the first time. We're in Egmond aan Zee, that's close to Amsterdam, one of the great cities of the world. Niels Fayen has been showing Sophie Blake around.
So Niels, you brought me into Amsterdam. Where exactly are we right now?
This is actually right downtown Amsterdam. I think it's one of the nicest spots to go for scenic stuff. It's called the Damplein because of this statue right here. It's called the Dam. It's been put up right after like World War II.
Right.
And it's to remember the war victims.
So is this like the main square?
This is the main square, yeah, and then they got a nice building behind it, the Krasnopolsky Hotel, and then on the other side we got like Madame Tussauds, which everybody knows, world famous, and then there's the Queen's Palace. She has a lot of
impressive building.
A really nice building. She has a lot of international guests there, like Bush stayed over there.
It's a lovely place, Amsterdam. Isn't
Yeah,
it? Really nice.
Yeah, it's cool. I don't get to come here that much. I live in The Hague, so it's 40 miles out. It's not that far, but yeah, when you live in Holland, sometimes you don't get to go to Amsterdam that much.
What do you get up to when you do come into Amsterdam?
If I go here, I usually go like clubbing or go to record stores because I'm into the house music a lot. So,
yeah, I heard you're a bit of a DJ
yeah,
as well.
Yeah. I try to keep up with the latest tracks, and they got some really good shops here, so I might pay a visit there later on in the week. That's
It
really
must
cool.
be so exciting for you to have the Mosconi Cup in Holland and be the only Dutch player as well in the tournament.
Yeah, it's always an honor to play for the Mosconi Cup. Everybody fights for their spot. Like a lot of good players didn't make it this year, and I had a pretty good season, so I earned my spot, and it's really cool. We got a good chance to beat the Americans, I think. Everybody's playing good.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's extra cool that it's in Holland because I got a major cheer last night when I came up, so that gives you goosebumps.
Well, we saw at the York Hall a few years ago when the Dutch fans turned
Yeah.
out in force. I mean, they were superb there.
Yeah.
So when they're actually here seeing you live, I mean, it must be fantastic for you.
Yeah.
To have so much support. And wow, they get into it, don't they?
Oh yeah, well, it's early days still, but like we got the first point, me and Steve, last night, so that was a good boost. Hopefully I can score some more, and yeah, they go crazy then if it gets close. So.
Well, thank you very much for bringing me here. And I think now we should get out of the rain and go for coffee.
All right, let's go.